And good evening, 6:26 p.m. here, Weather Valet. Michael Reynolds here. Want to give you a live update on what's taking place here. We've got multiple tornado watches in the deep south from beginning down in Texas here, and then all the way up, including Indiana, under a tornado watch here. This will go until 11 p.m. tonight. So let's zoom in here and take a look exactly what we're looking at. There is a tornado warning out in Illinois right now. You see this red line here, that's a warm front. That's a warm front that's moving northward here. And we're seeing storms starting to develop here along the front. And they're going what we call ride the front as this moves northward and moves. These storms are going to move very, very, very slowly in this here. So let's take a look at what we got right now. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warning right now. There is some rotation with the storm that I'm going to show you here, but we've got ping pong ball size hail and wind gust up to 60 miles per hour. So here it's just moving through the Lagodi area, and you can see this pink shade here, pink shade inside the red. This is indicating some strong winds as well as some hail and some heavier downfall, some heavy rain there. And I'm taking a look at some other information here that's coming in as I'm talking here. So it's just moving through Lagodi here. There is rotation with the storm. There is some rotation. So it's very broad right now. Over US 50, so some very broad rotation that we're keeping an eye on as the storm moves to the north and east at around 20 miles per hour. So extremely slow moving storm here. And then we see another storm here to the east of Washington developing as well. And again, we're starting to see some broad rotation with this supercell as well. And so we'll continue to keep an eye on these storms here. And to the west of Vincennes, another storm developing here. There to the west, and as we move farther into Illinois, we've got some more storms here, and you see how they're developing here along this red line. So this is the warm front right here, and this warm front is moving northward, and so that's why you see a tornado watch here just for a few counties here in Indiana. It does include Terre Haute, Bloomington, Seymour, Washington, and Vincennes, and this goes until 11 o'clock tonight. So this warm front's going to move north here, and these storms are just going to ride the warm front very slowly here as the front moves northward here. And when they attach to this warm front here, the conditions are there for these storms to rotate. And so tornadoes are, there's an enhanced risk of seeing some tornadoes here this evening and tonight. And so we're continuing to watch these here, watch these storms developing here along this warm front. And as it moves here to the north, these storms are going to ride right along it, meaning it's going to move to the north and east, and it's going to do so very, very, very slowly here. And so let's take a look here. Currently, the temperatures right now, as you can see here, as the warm front's moving north here, Evansville, 85 degrees, Louisville, 83 degrees. And as this warm front goes north here, these warmer temperatures will also go northward here. So central Indiana, you're in the low to mid 70s right now, Lafayette in the mid 60s. And then in Gary, South Bend, a little bit cooler. They're upper 50s, lower 60s. They're in northwestern and northern Indiana, as you see a little bit of rain moving through here. And so as I'm talking here, the second storm that we just looked at here is now under severe thunderstorm warning. So same thing, possible rotation. There is rotation with the storm. So possible tornado could occur with this storm here. And we've got $half size hail and wind gust up to 60 miles per hour. So these are small storms. They're not affecting very many people, but these storms are rotating. They are producing some large hail and some very gusty winds as well, as some heavy rainfall also falling with this here. And so we'll continue to watch this. What are we looking at here in the future? What's going to happen? What's going to happen here in the future? So let's take a look here. This is the HRRR model with the storms here. I'm going to put this into motion. So you see storms. The single supercell storms are going to develop. So more are going to develop over the next several hours here, here in southern Indiana, and they're going to move northward. Okay, and like we were talking about, if it can ride that cold front, or excuse me, that warm front, if it can ride that warm front here, these storms are likely to rotate, meaning tornadoes are possible tonight in southern Indiana into south central Indiana. So Bloomington, Terre Haute, you're in on this. So this is a sample radar here of what it could look at 9, 10 o'clock tonight. With multiple supercells with these storms here. Again, tornadoes are possible. Our tornadoes are possible with these storms here. Again, as it rides that warm front, and that warm front moves northward here with that. And so overnight tonight, we're going to see the storms continue moving to the north here, specifically north and northeast with the individual storms. Overnight kind of clears out a little bit for most of the state as the storms exit northern Indiana with that. And then throughout the day tomorrow, we're going to see more storms developing. So this will be about 2 o'clock tomorrow, more storms developing across the state here, and another line of storms moving through throughout the day tomorrow. So this will be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock tomorrow. Again, we've got more storms hit and miss throughout the state, again, throughout the day tomorrow. So let's take a look at the radar here. So we do not have any tornado warnings right now in Indiana, no tornado warnings, but we do have a couple of severe thunderstorms with these two supercells. And I'm going to turn the velocity back on and take a look at the update here. So we've got some very broad rotation just to the north and west of Shoals, and we see just east of Washington. All right, we're seeing some broad rotation with this storm as well. So again, the atmosphere is conducive to some spin ups here. And so we're going to have to stay with you and be alert. If any of these storms affect you in your area, make sure that you're weather aware. Pay attention to these things because it could be intense very quickly. Even if just looking at the radar, oh, it's small, it's a storm. This was not, really hyped up online, things like that, a lot of the non-meteorologists like to do online. But the conditions are here for some severe storms tonight. And that's why we do have this tornado watch until 11 o'clock, so another 4.5 hours. That does include Washington, Vincennes, Bloomington, Seymour, and Terre Haute. So we'll continue to follow this. We'll come back onto Facebook as needed here. But just wanted you to see along this warm front here, this red line, all right, storms are going to continue to develop throughout the evening into nighttime here. And these storms could produce tornadoes. And so we need to be weather aware. So we'll come back here on Facebook with more updates here. The other meteorologists are continuing to watch these storms here, monitoring them as they begin to really develop here over the next few hours. So again, we'll come back in here. And as we say that, we do have a tornado warning. We've got a tornado warning now with the storm just to the east, the north and east of Washington. So let's take a look at this together. This is radar indicated, a tornado warning for west central Martin County and northeastern Davies County until 7:15. So at 6:32, so just a minute ago, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles east of Washington or 8 miles northeast of Petersburg, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So we do have a tornado warning, our first tornado warning here. So we're just talking about that. These storms are rotating, and with that, so let's take a look here at the velocity. I'm going to check a closer radar and see if we've got some better velocity here. So we're looking just here past Montgomery and to Cannelberg. So this is where the rotation is right now. So this is radar indicated tornado warning. So if you're in the Cannelberg area, all the way northward here of Bramble and Ragglesville, just to the south of Burns City, you need to be taking shelter right now. There is a tornado warning for you right now here in southern Indiana, just to the east and northeast of Washington, just to the west and northwest and north of Lagodi, west of Shoals, just north here of US 50, Cannelberg area. So if you're along County Road 900 and north of US 50, we've got a tornado warning for you right now. So this rotation right now likely is now over. There we go. There's our update. So in the East 200 North, County Road 900 East. So this is where that rotation is right now. This is radar indicated tornado warning here in southern with that. So we're south of Indianapolis. Okay, here. So just north and west of Lagodi, east of Washington. East of Washington, west of Lagodi here, just north of Montgomery. We've got a tornado warning for this storm here. And just to the east of it, to the north and east of Lagodi, we still have some very broad rotation that's over Dover Hill right now that we're monitoring with these two severe thunderstorms that are moving in Indiana right now. They are what we're calling riding the warm front here. So this red line is the warm front. So those of you in southern Indiana, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's hot outside. All right, you can feel the humidity outside. If you're in northern Indiana, you're like, what is going on down there? Did not expect to hear this on Facebook tonight. Well, this is exactly what we're talking about, this warm front here. So these storms have attached to the warm front, and rotation is likely, and we're seeing that right now. So we do have this tornado warning just to the east of Washington, west of Lagodi, this tornado warning here that expires in 39 minutes. And so it's a very slow moving storm, moving 20 to 25 miles per hour to the north and east here as it rides the front. And so we've got one tornado warning right now in southern Indiana. So big picture wise, here's where we're at. We're north of Jasper, east of Vincennes, southwest of Bloomington. Is our first tornado warning, hopefully our only tornado warning, but that's probably not likely. We're probably to see more storms rotate here enough to where the National Weather Service is going to issue tornado warnings. And so we've got this one right here. Let's check and see if we've gotten any new information with this storm here. So we know that, these supercells are going to develop here along this cold front. So Davies, Martin counties right now, we've got a storm here that is radar indicated producing a tornado. So we're seeing that rotation taking place right now. And so the coverage of these storms is going to continue to increase. And I'll put this back on the screen here. All right, this is our HRRR model. And I'm actually going to update here to our most up-to-date model that we've got here. And so we see these storms here that it's going to develop. This is 10 o'clock tonight. These storms are going to fill in here along this warm front. And so if you're in southern Indiana, if you're in south central Indiana, you need to be paying attention to these storms. And then it's going to move northward here as the night goes on into the nighttime hours. And so back to what we're taking a look at here on radar, we do have a tornado warning, Davies and Martin County. It includes Ragsville until 7:15. This goes until 7:15. So the rest of the area that you see in yellow, that's a tornado watch. That's a tornado watch here with that until 11 o'clock tonight. So here with this storm in the Lagodi area, we're seeing winds up to 60 mile per hour and golf ball size hail to the storm just to the east of where we see the tornado warning right now. With that, so a very powerful storm here that's moving through. We've seen a lot of rain here. We've seen a lot of rain in the month of April. Tomorrow's May 1st, which is hard to believe, and you're probably in the same boat as I am with that. But throughout the month of April here, not including what's fallen today, we've had about 8 inches of rain. The wettest April that we've ever had was 8.6 inches of rain, and that was back in 1893. And so we're very close to breaking that here. So April's not over yet. And so some of these storms here getting over the right area, we might be close to breaking this record for the most rain that we've ever received in the month of April with this. And so the tornado warning does continue for Davies and Martin County. This goes until 7:15 with this. And we're watching this warm front here, and these storms attaching to the warm front with this. And so let's zoom in here. I was taking a look to see if we had any new information with this storm. Let me get to the closer radar with this. And so we're looking at the rotation just to the north of Cannelberg right now. Just to the north of Cannelberg is where we're seeing this rotation. That's why the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning here for southern Indiana. And let's see here if we've gotten any new updates from the National Weather Service. Not yet here with that. So it's still radar indicated. There's no sign there of any reports of an actual tornado on the ground. But here's where the rotation is showing up on radar just to the north of Cannelberg. Also with the storm, as you can see on the screen here, $half size hail. With this. So if you're in the path of this storm, if this storm's headed towards your area, like in the Rattlesville area, the Bramble area, Merton City area, you might want to move that car into the garage if you've got a garage, and kind of get things ready for possible large hail as the storm moves towards your area there. So we'll continue to watch this storm here. If we get any reports of any new information that we need to share, we'll jump right back on here for updates. But no, southern Indiana, if you're in Terre Haute, Bloomington, Seymour, Vincennes, Washington, you're under a tornado watch until 11 o'clock tonight. And this warm front's going to continue. That red line's going to continue to move northward. And the storms here that attach to this line, as you can see back here in Illinois as well, are likely to rotate. And that's why we do have our first probably of several tornado warnings here in Indiana tonight. And so pay attention to this. Let your loved ones know if you're in this area here, that severe weather is possible tonight. And again, this was not something that was really hyped up on social media by those pretending to be meteorologists. And so a lot of people might be being caught off guard here of what's going on. I didn't know that we were supposed to have any tornadoes tonight. Well, this is where we are. All right, this is where we are. And this is where Weather Valet is really important. And we've been keeping our subscribers updated on today's weather possibilities. And again, we've got a severe risk tomorrow as well. And the lesser of a risk, but still a risk on Friday. And we're seeing rain, unfortunately, in the forecast here for this weekend. And that has not been predicted here by many people. This low pressure is going to stall out a little bit and could cause a wet weekend for many folks. So we'll continue to watch that. We'll continue to watch these storms here, and we'll jump right back here on Facebook and YouTube with new information as we get it. Thanks for joining. We're staying with you. We're watching this with you, and we'll jump back on as needed here.